Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to Life with LAM, where we talk about how to make small changes that have big impacts. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and please make sure that you click those like and subscribe buttons. Now, before we start, for those of you who went against my advice and made a New Year's resolution, don't worry, I'm still here for you, and I'm even gonna help you out. If you made a resolution to be more efficient and to stop procrastinating, starting this Sunday, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I'll be running my new weekly live stream, Live with LAM. And if it seems a little early, well, that's the point. It's 2 hours every Sunday morning to get a head start on the week. We'll keep each other company as we start checking things off our to-do list and building better habits, so I'm excited to see you all there. Now, in the spirit of the new year, today we're gonna be talking about how to create opportunity. We've talked about opportunity and preparation in past videos, so this seemed like a perfect follow-up. And if you haven't watched those videos yet, I'll put a link in the description. If you're worried that the perfect job, the perfect person, or even the perfect situation doesn't exist, then this is the video for you. And at the end of the video, we'll be going over some quick tips on how to make even your wildest dreams come true. Sound good? Let's go. Storytime. While I was coaching, it was always a dream of mine to represent my country, to wear the maple leaf on my chest. And one big milestone towards that goal was representing my province. About 5 years ago, I saw a job posting for an assistant coach position with my provincial team, and I was super excited. I looked through the posting, I saw that I met the minimum requirements for the position, and I started working on my application. Now, to be clear, I didn't meet the minimum requirements by much. I pretty much just made it. At this point in my career, I had only been coaching high school for a few years, and I had just started volunteering my time as a club and university coach, but only as an assistant or some other relatively small role. While I was working on my application, I spoke with some different people about the role, and I was told over and over again that there was no point in me applying. They didn't think I could compare to the other applicants. And they weren't wrong. I personally knew a bunch of people who were applying for the same job. There were college head coaches, coaches who had been running their own clubs for years. There were even a bunch of ex-professional players who were transitioning into coaching. Just for comparison's sake, my playing resume involved me sometimes coming off the bench back in high school. So who was I to put my name up against these people? What right did I have to compare myself to these vastly superior candidates? Well, to me, I had every right. It was an open application, so as long as I met the minimum requirements, which I did, I was allowed to apply. And some of you might be wondering, what's your secret, Lam? How do you learn to be so confident? Well, the truth is that I wasn't confident at all. But I definitely wasn't going to let the 99.99% chance that I wasn't going to get the job get in the way of the 0.01% chance that I might. So against all advice, I applied for the job. A week went by, and then two, and I started thinking that maybe I really wasn't going to get the job. But then one day I come home and there's an email in my inbox. Hello, thank you for your application. We would like to request a phone interview with you at this time and date. Please confirm that. Oh man, it was actually happening. I replied, confirmed my time, and on the day of the interview, I called 2 minutes early just so that they knew that I was that kind of guy. The interview was only supposed to last 15 minutes, but it ended up going almost an hour as we talked about my ideas for my role, what I wanted to bring to the program, how I could integrate myself as part of the coaching team. By the end of the interview, I was starting to feel pretty confident. I had a really good feeling about my chances. So a week goes by, and then another, and I finally get the email. I open it, and just like the other one, hello, thank you for your application. Unfortunately, we are not able to offer you the position of assistant coach. Thank you for your time. All the best. I didn't get it. I didn't get it, and of course I was disappointed. It didn't matter how likely or unlikely other people thought it was going to be. I wanted that job, and despite the odds, I knew it was possible. So yes, I was disappointed, and I wasn't going to be the type of person that pretended I didn't care just because I didn't get what I wanted. Still, I knew it would be okay. I knew I would get through it because I had no regrets. I had done all my research, I put my best foot forward, and while it sucked that it wasn't good enough this time, I could at least look myself in the mirror and know that I had done all that I could. And some of you are probably thinking, poor Lam, he tried so hard and he didn't get anywhere. Some of you might be thinking, I told you, Lam, shouldn't waste your time on long shots. Well, this story isn't over yet. So a week goes by and I feel a little better, and another week goes by and I'm pretty much back to my regular self. But then one more week goes by and suddenly there's a new email from the provincial team. Hello, would you be able to give us a call at this time? We look forward to hearing from you. And of course I called, because why on earth wouldn't I call? They pick up the phone and they say, hey, I know we weren't able to offer you the assistant coach position, but we loved your interview and we love what you bring to the table. So if you're willing, we've actually opened up an extra spot on the coaching staff and created a new role just for you. Your title would be data analyst. Are you interested? And my brain is going 100 miles a minute. I'm thinking, are you serious? You rejected my original application and now you want to know if I'm interested in being an analyst? That's why you emailed me? Heck, yes, I'm interested. I'm gonna be on the provincial team. Which of course came out as, wow, yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. After we hammered out some more details, I hung up the phone. It took me more than a couple minutes for everything to sink in, so I'll give you a second too. Because I mean, really think about what just happened here. This position did not exist before I applied for the assistant coaching job. This position was only created after some over-eager rookie coach decided to go for broke even when everyone else told him not to. For all we know, the data analyst position might not even exist in that program today if I hadn't sent in my original application. See, if I hadn't taken that chance, shot my shot, I wouldn't have been on the provincial team that year. And I definitely wouldn't have gotten to work for the national team just 2 short years later. But that's a story for another video. See, as much as we want things to fall into our laps, we can't just sit around waiting for opportunities. The truth is, sometimes the opportunities we're waiting for don't even exist yet. Sometimes you have to go out and create your own opportunities. Think about every successful entrepreneur out there. They aren't successful because they're waiting to jump on someone else's train. They're successful because they go out there and they create the opportunities and the life that they want. And these opportunities aren't just limited to business ventures. Finding a partner that makes you happy, living a life worth living, it's all about the opportunities that you create. And more importantly, it's about what you choose to accept. If you accept that you're not going to get a certain job, if you accept that your partner doesn't treat you well, if you accept a mediocre life, then that's what you'll get. More often than not, you get what you accept because once you've accepted what you have, there's no reason to look for better opportunities. If you come home from a crappy job every day complaining about how terrible it is, but you finish off your rant with, but I guess that's just my life, then yes, that is your life. If you've just finished off your 7th argument of the week with your partner and you're thinking, but remember when we used to be happy, then yeah, I guess you've accepted that you don't need to be happy anymore because you've got some nice memories. But if you're looking at your life and you're just not satisfied, then go out there and create those opportunities. Don't settle for what you have if what you have doesn't make you happy. Don't just accept your current situation because it's the easy thing to do. Make your perfect life a reality. So, okay, I get it. Opportunities are out there, and even if they're not, I can make my own. But how do I create these opportunities? Well, I'm glad you asked. Tip number 1, believe in yourself. Drink your own Kool-Aid. Look, it's pretty simple. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? Who's going to go out on a limb for a person who isn't even sure that they deserve the shot themselves? If you listen to all the haters and the disbelievers, you're losing sight of what's actually important, which is what you want. If you want to create opportunities for yourself, at the very least, you have to believe that you deserve them. And if you honestly don't believe you deserve those opportunities, then you better start working so that you become a person who does. No one can ever support you as well and as consistently as you can, so you have to be your own cheerleader. Tip number 2, identify your goals. How are you going to go out and create opportunities if you don't even know what opportunities you're trying to create? One of the biggest issues that people have when it comes to going out and looking for greatness is that they don't even know what kind of greatness they're looking for. And what ends up happening is that we walk around with this vague idea of what we want. We try things here and there, and whenever something doesn't go the way that we want it to, we have the fallback excuse of how that wasn't really what we wanted anyway. Take away that excuse. Be specific. Take responsibility for what you want and accept the results, whatever they are. If you can't accept failure, then you'll never be able to take steps to move towards success. Tip number 3, keep trying. We've done this tip before, but I think it's important for us to go over it again. You are going to fail every now and again, and that is completely okay. If you give up every time you fail, you're never going to get anywhere worth going. And that doesn't mean that it isn't going to hurt every time that you fail. If anything, the fact that it hurts just means that you still care, which is important. If you're looking at a failure and it doesn't bother you at all, you probably don't care too much about reaching that goal. So take that hurt, take that disappointment, and use it to drive you towards your next opportunity. So there you have it, how to create opportunity. In the comments below, let me know what you think of this video. And if you want to support this channel, then please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell because we'll be dropping a new episode of Life with Lamb every Wednesday and new for 2020 going live every Sunday. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. Be good, and let's make today an awesome day. Take care.